It's my birthday, and for my birthday, I'm giving you a present. If you buy a 1-hour reading between now and May 9th, that's my birthday, I'll give you a free 30-minute follow-up until May 9th. So order one today at soulmart.me. Soul Garden. Hello my captains, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And if you don't know already, your home away from home is soulgarden.me. We've got a whole mountainside for you goats. Cameron right now, our writer for the Capricorns, is writing about battleground love. This is where the Capricorns are diving into their heart chakra, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. We've got a lot of soul support where you can kind of be, not have to be perfect. That's such a little quality. And a bunch of office hours, good souls helping you succeed. So come on down. There's no place like soulgarden.me. Now the Capricorns are indeed working on a very important part of their soul this month. In fact, this month will probably determine who the future Capricorn leaders are and who are not. The determiner is your connection to your heart chakra. This is your one chance in the next 12 years to get ahead on what your heart most desires. That's what your heart wants with love. That's what your heart wants with creativity. That's you doing what you enjoy for life, for work, for career, for legacy. Joy. We're talking about joy. And up until now, we've been clearing that what is in the way of joy. The enemies of progress, the enemies of love, the enemies of ourself that keep us from standing in our heart chakra. That has been the entry to the Sun in Taurus. As we begin on Monday, we're wrapping up that lesson in the morning, holding space. So Monday morning, or the first or most half of the morning, the way you manifest and what you put as important on Monday really does determine the ease of which the next 10 days will go. Really what you're doing is you're holding back those things that are enemies of the heart, keep you from living in the heart. As the day progresses, Chiron will rule the day, which means it would now be time to do some healing of the heart. So the second half of Monday, you want to do some healing of your heart. You want to maybe fix a creative project. Maybe you want to apologize or let an old lover go. Whatever it takes to heal that heart and give your heart a second chance is what's important. Now Monday, you are a bit vulnerable. The moon is in Leo, so your emotions are hypersensitive to trust and to boundary issues. So you are hypersensitive to trust. And this soul pyramid is in effect for the rest of the week, which means as you step into your heart, you will see that your beliefs must move forward. Your education must move forward. Okay? Your life purpose must move forward. And what that means is the new Capricorn, which is born in 2022 officially, but the new Capricorn is beginning to be born. The new goat, the new leader. So that's what the soul pyramid is doing for us. On Tuesday, in the morning, it is a Virgo ruled day still, so we are still Chironing it. We are still healing ourselves. You're still healing your heart chakra on Tuesday morning. But in the afternoon, Jupiter does begin to rule the day, and this means it's time to expand on these ideas. So this week, you are on the road to your heart. You are on the road to love. And on Tuesday, you want to start walking down one of these new roads. All right, so try something, put something into action, research something that you might enjoy. Really use that Jupiter energy to expand. Don't forget the Sun is in itself creeping up on Jupiter, which means all this preparation work next week when the Sun conjuncts Jupiter is going to slingshot forward. So this is very important work. This is not a time to waste any time. You really want to be very firm in what you're doing. The moon moves into Virgo, so the vulnerability does leave you on Tuesday, and emotions get more centered. As the moon crosses Mars, you might have a moment of passion. You might have a moment of intensity, because that is going to be when Mars kind of kicks in, and suddenly you will feel compelled to move forward. The whole triangle might move forward when your emotions cross that Mars point and say to you, let's go forward, let's make it happen. On Wednesday, a little bit difficult on Wednesday. We're going to have a minor breakdown. Uranus rules the day on Wednesday. These oppositions, which have been in effect and will be in effect all week long, probably hurt the most on Wednesday. And what it comes down to is keeping a balance in these two areas. Your emotions are going to be very righteous about what you believe on Wednesday. It should be this and it should be that. Careful not to should all over yourself. But Neptune over here in the intellect is saying, well, maybe we should listen, be a little bit open-minded. Neptune encouraging Capricorns to keep more of a compassionate, intellectual attitude. So hold a compassionate attitude against what things should be. That's one balance. And the other balance is Mercury versus Saturn, which is literally your whole fight for career versus stability. Your mind really seeks to be stable, really seeks for things to be okay, but is your career there? Is it going the way you want anyways? That balance also is something you have to kind of keep in accord. But the breakdown is about your inner child. Perhaps you thought this would be the right path or that would be the right path, or finally Mr. So-and-so is not the right guy. So there's a breakdown ultimately on Wednesday that pulls the rug out from under you just a tee little bit. Now, for those of you watched over by the Guardian Agency, I'm going to send out some personal texts on Wednesday. They get back to the core of your natal chart and just encourage you of what it takes to keep moving forward on that life purpose and on that philosophy, coming to you on your phone on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, it's cloudy, but it feels better. Mercury rules the day on Thursday, so you're starting to get it. You're starting to understand where to point the ship to joy, I think. At least where to not point it is one of the big things. The moon moves into Libra, and so emotions now take on this career worry or take on this career focus, and so you'll be feeling through career choices and feeling that a bit more solid on Thursday. Probably feeling perked up, that's good, but maybe a little worrisome as well. Don't forget about that opposition with Mercury, about feeling secure, pulling on your career all the time. But Thursday, cloudy but not a bad day. Don't forget, on Thursday and Tuesdays, we do have office hours at 11 a.m. Pacific. Encourage you to come on down, get a free 15 minutes with one of our Soulmart practitioners, get some things off your chest. Sometimes it takes a couple little questions before you even want a full reading. That's why we're doing this, so you can come down and sample our great practitioners. All right, I do have a quick break, but when I come back, your Happy Friday dance and a full moon weekend after this. Why can't you find love? How long have you really been single? Really? Having trouble finding that special soulmate? I can solve this one. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Your love trouble? Over. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com. Welcome back, my captains. Thanks for sticking along and watching through the commercials. And this brings us to Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday's going to be a pretty good day, and actually it's going to be a great weekend. I think this will be the first weekend you really start to feel the spring vibration on the planet. The biggest concern of Friday is, probably a career concern. This green circle, the moon crosses Saturn during this part of the day, or during a part of the day, and so you get very serious, or your emotions catch up to you about responsibility of work, responsibility of legacy, or if you're struggling with some sort of a control issue somewhere in your life, that comes to a head on Friday, even in relationships. But Venus rules the day. The sun is now beginning to get on top of Jupiter, so optimism is beginning to take over the planet. Some people will go too far with that optimism, but that Venus ruled day does mean that using the Jupiter energy, you restore balance to your heart, you probably restore hope to your heart, and you get your path on an optimistic one. Then we have the weekend, Saturday. We have a full moon on Saturday. A full moon means that a full dose of emotion in the Scorpio vibration, which means it will be a social vibration for you. You will feel very passionate about where you belong in society, or where you want to be in society, or how you want to belong in society. Or you might be passionate about how society does not understand you. Whatever the case is, it's not about society. It's about your heart and making the necessary changes so that you can be or who you want to be in the world. And you really must honor and accept yourself before you ever expect society to ever accept you. So don't get hung up on society. Use it as a passionate motivator to make the necessary changes to your own heart and your own priorities within yourself. Neptune is ruling by the time the moon goes full, which will be 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time. You see the Pacific here, 8:35 p.m. At that moment, that is where society, whatever is getting to you the most, okay? But Neptune ruling says, use your intuition. You should know what you have to do. Then Sunday, still very intense, still very social for you. The moon is still full in Scorpio, but it has gone beyond the apex point. It makes society and friends very important on Sunday, again for you. But the day will be ruled by Saturn by the end of the day. That's your home planet. So by the end of the day, you are feeling very strong, feeling very decisive, your old Capricorn self. And what you want to go to bed doing on Sunday is being very decisive about what your heart wants. It's time to commit to your own heart before you sleep. And I'll be sending out with texts and what we call the sleep intention for that on Sunday if you're in GA. All right, my captains, it's all I have for this 7-day forecast, but I intend to see you in 7 more. Good luck with your heart and live, love, be.